bunker down at the start of this game, so I guess if I do that now, I might remember to try and look a bit earlier on this one. We'll see.
Regarding that. Attach special metal, attach Eviolite, capture in a Dynamo. Pass.
Surprised you didn't outrange.
Yeah, I like not dying. I like.
Fair. Patch Eviolite. Oops.
Yeah, outrage would have been certain death in that spot. Yeah.
Plus par, switch. Juniper.
I'm surprised you didn't just do the second plus power as the flex anyway.
You know what? I could.
You're gonna got it anyway. You may as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I just thought it was funny, so.
I don't think it'll matter, but
I just haven't passed up the basic this game, and well. Not sure how that happened with this deck, but it's not sure.
Hey, sometimes things just go that way.
done Eelektrik. This is to the bench, right?
Yeah.
Put it up there.
Doesn't have energy at least.
No, he's just slow rolling you for some reason.
I'm making sure that all my stuff played that I want to play.
That's fair.
Just win the game! Yeah, I got this off the stage, so.
And also, there was that.
And the last card in hand was
Not that you could have played that one, but yeah.
I just couldn't play the game there, basically. One Pokemon all game.
Does happen sometimes.
See, it doesn't put it right back on the thing accurately.
Oh, wow.
Still not too sure on the max potion in here. It's a hard choice.
It's weird, isn't it?
I kind of want Super Rod in here.
Heads or tails?
It's.
Yeah, I think I did have one rod in my version.
Lightning Energy, Pond. Tornadus and Thunderwave.
Okay, Fruit Wise Slot damage.
Ooh. Paralysis it is.
It is paralyzed.
Magnetic Bomb's kind of scary.
I was gonna say that could actually matter, right? Because this guy is, he's a bit of a chunker as far as damage goes. Maybe like a plus power and a heads flip, and it just kills the Dynamo, right?
Yep.
And like we saw rainbows when you energy mited to the Terrakion before, so
Age.
we know it's possible.
Discarding a bunch of supporters. Discarding.
Pain.
Yep, seems about right.
Venture Kyurem. Rainbow on the Terrakion.
Yep.
Totally not telegraphing anything. What are you talking about?
Are you sure you want to kill this Voltor? Ass. Are you sure?
Are you sure that I have to? And bring in that Terrakion. Might as well make sure that Retaliate's offline.
Here lies the bravest little electric eel thing we ever did see.
Plus par. Juniper.
Spicy.
And Thunderwave.
Yes.
Oh, yep. This is why we play this Dynamo.
A little bit not the position I want to be in, but you know. It's a position.
It certainly is.
Pokémon in a Kyurem.
Yep.
For an Electrode.
Yep.
A hole. Attach water to Kyurem. Eviolite to Kyurem. Now, decisions. N. Yeah, the ordering is weird here, but I'm kind of want to dig for third basic. I don't think his Terrakion's got long left to live. Kyurem. And now it's off the energy, right?
I will admit this is like the main reason I didn't build one of these decks this round. Because, oh man, the lock factor is something fierce with this.
Think fun sometimes. And pass.
Zekrom. Retreat. Heal. DCE. Dynamotor. Sage's training. It's the most useful set of. Yeah, you can look. And Hurricane.
11.
Yeah, it can be a lot of pressure put on by this stuff. I think, apart from the luck factor, I think what's frustrating about Electrode is that you effectively have to fire it off like immediately, because if you don't, it's just gonna get captured and killed, right? And it's just, it seems so frustrating because it's often not the most ideal time to fire it off, but you don't have a choice anymore, you know?
You either lose it as a Voltorb or you have to kill it immediately as an Electrode.
And the types of decks it's powering up don't generally play well enough without the Electrode's energy attaches to keep enough pressure on. At least
There's also the rare potential where you get 0.
Oh yeah,
And you're just on the prize.
And it's the luck. That's the luck factor for it. Yeah.
This is bench then. Duncom, a Electrode, and a Collector. Or a Pokémon. Use
Yep.
it. Put Jirachi back in. Take an Electrode.
This is the this is what we know in the business as a "fuck this shit, I'm out" moment. I do not want any of these bastards in my deck still.
I mean, fair.
Capturing the eel. Go up to 120.
Yep.
And do the 60.
Oh, we've got loads of energy in there. I didn't even realize that. Sheesh.
Can you use a max potion if there's 0 energy on?
Yep.
Something.
Same idea as all the other like Poké Center style heals that we've had before.
Alright, we'll heal up the eel.
Yeah, because
Switch.
it's a heal and then it's a thingy. So
Touch of lightning. Oh,
oops.
whoops. Sorry.
There's your max potion back. There's your...
It's easy done when deal is at the top of the thing. Yep, so it's
Dynamotor to the Zekrom. And we will Hurricane for the KO.
Yeah, don't think that gamble, that gamble paid off, unfortunately. Max potion was annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have been nice if it paid off with a Glaciate here, but
That's what I was thinking. That's probably an issue if I leave it at that.
Either Glaciate or get stuck in and I kill it next turn. basically anything other than max potion or super scoop or something similar stupid.
Hmm.
Rainbow on the Kyurem. And start glaciating things.
30s everywhere.
Oh shit, yeah. I fucked up. I was trying to...
Behold, ninjutsu art of tornadoes.
We'll catch her in the one without energy. We will dynamo her. Should plus power. It's being discarded anyways. Juniper.
Damage over here. Is that actually useful and plus powers are running around? Like nowadays. You can keep track of plus power damage.
Yeah.
I'm probably safe from a glaciate next turn.
At least the way the things currently look, yeah.
Will Hurricane.
Yep. What are on the bench, Kyurem?
I would say this would be a very funny moment for Super Scoop Up, being able to go Dynamo to Super Scoop and then evolve the Dynamo and Dynamo to again. That would be very funny.
This isn't modern and this isn't Brazil.
Yeah, but I mean... Oh, sorry.
Oh, pass? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, this is sometimes where the technique comes from in the first place, though, right? It's stuff like this, occasionally.
And will Hurricane.
Mm-hmm. Capturing the eel, the evolved eel. Ooh.
Wait, what's that? So high.
I have no idea. I haven't touched anything, so...
Unless...
Done there. Catch a rainbow to the bench Kyurem. And glaciate.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
this
these
should
are-
be at 30, right? But then everything else is at 60. Yeah, because the Dynamo came down after everything else. So
Yeah.
Touch DCE. Switch. At this point I need to start swinging big. Fortunately, you survived 2 of these, and I have not found my Eviolites yet, which is a pain. Yeah, we'll Bolt Strike.
100. Okay.
Actually, no, I should Outrage.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was a bit
Yeah, I should Outrage.
questionable.
Sorry.
66.
It would be 60, yeah. Because you've got EVLI
That
on.
would put you in KO range of Glacier. It's like, are you sure you want to do that?
Yeah.
Still in KO range of Outrage, I think.
Sure,
Yeah,
but
that was the.
yeah, 1 prize turn versus 3 prize.
Like, I might still take. Like, I might still take the Glaciate here, to be honest. Looking at the
To
board.
be fair. And you said Quad Kyurem wouldn't work. This game has basically beat Quad Kyurem when you think about it.
Yeah.
I just can't find the stuff I need to protect myself from this.
That is fair.
Glaciate.
Yep, that's 2 eels down.
Yep, take 2 prizes.
And then everything else is on 90, huh?
That's weird.
Tornadus, DCE, plus par, Juniper.
Okay.
Don't like it, but EVLite, Pokemon Communication,
What's going back in?
Zekrom. What's coming up with that? And we will outrage for the KO.
Valian. Let's see what I do things then. Yeah, no, Collector first. Strange time to take my first deck search, but yes. Okay, so we're done. Both of these.
I'm a little curious as to how you're going to get out of this one, but we'll see.
You're actually Voltorb.
Oh yeah, they did get peaconed in earlier, yeah.
Super Rod. What wasn't a Kyurem?
Makes sense.
And I'm going to Pokémon back in Jirachi to pull the Kyurem out.
Yep.
I shuffle anything up. Bench Kyurem. Attach special metal to Kyurem. What do I do that actually? Hang on, let me just think.
Hold up.
Well, it's gonna happen
Yeah.
anyway, but I'm just thinking. Yeah, you live on a lot. Hang on. Young card for catcher.
Discarding. Yeah.
2 Volt Orbs.
Alright.
Bring in the Dynamo. Then Glaciate. Make life a little harder for you. That's 2 prizes taken, right?
Yep.
Yeah. 2 prizes taken. This guy's at 90. This is at 120, and then this is at 100.
Funny thing is, you said you've made it harder.
I mean, strictly speaking, that's true, but
Yeah, maybe going to Cabalion was correct. I was not sure.
I don't think you win no matter which way round you go. I'll just say up front, the only way you could possibly win this, I think, might have been Terrakion, but even that I don't think does it. So,
Probably I have no way guaranteeing energy to pay for it.
well, I mean, yeah, but it's also the only thing that might have stood half a chance of surviving.
Oh, sorry, I didn't put it on the Sorry. Yeah, and we will take out the Kyurem with Outrage.
Yep. Because there's no Eviolite on that one.
Yeah.
Thinking, what would it even take? Double plus power, Aqua Patch, which isn't in format, obviously, Energy Switch, and a Water in hand, and then you might actually win. But, you know.
It's like trust you draw energy, I think, in 7. Duncombe, it's got 2 a special metal and a water energy for catcher. Bring in the eel. Gonna for 7. Eviolite. Basic water. And yeah, I should probably do the 20 here. Actually, no, I'll leave the bench as well, just in case. Then do the 20.
Sage's training. I know I don't have to, but it's important.
Yeah, it's a junk
Yeah,
arm.
just-
Yeah,
you can't
that's game.
switch.
Yeah.
Is it? 120, yeah. 120, 140. Let's go. Yeah, 140 mass Eviolite. Hang on.
Ah, give it a sec.
Okay,
Yeah.
On the bench, Cabalion. Got indecisive. To be fair, that probably could have found a plus power at some point as well to do that, but
I knew there was another switch in deck, and I knew there was a junk arm. I just needed to find either, and
There
yeah,
was-
that's why This is why Kyurem's a bit iffy in this format for me.
There's one jump
Frozen
count on
dragons are
prizes, huh? No, I mean, I get it.
This is something I cooked up today. And I think it's pretty solid.
Yeah, how on earth did you manage to not highlight those two? That's so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, pretty relatively similar in the end to what I have off of it. I think I have maybe like, I think I might have one less tornadoes because I've got the Thunderous in there. I did end up playing the 4/4 for the Electric because I felt it was that sort of important to have around. You've got one extra plus power, but I have the extra catcher. I think you've got more switch as well as one more Eviolite, but I've got the PCOM and I think more supporter stuff down here. Almost definitely, because I'm sure I've got the 4 collectors in here. There's the one thing, but yeah, this was the initial bit that I was sort of looking at, going, well, this will be the most straightforward thing to do today, because I was expecting Warcrime edition from everybody else.
I want to play that
know,
Saturday.
You know, that's fair.
And I like the idea of Zachiels before the EX.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this is the Electrode build. Like, despite the issue with the Glaciate, it does feel pretty good into the Eels deck. Like, I think that game was losing the Terrakion early, which is horrible, that game, but I couldn't really do much about it because it was either bench that turn 1 or lead solo Voltorb. And lead solo Voltorb sounds like a bad idea in most of the time.
Well, at least, yeah, I mean, Tyrogon needs a plus power for it, so I suppose there is that. There is, to my knowledge, there is no, like, fighting type 20-for-1 at the moment that you would expect to see.
Yeah. Unless you expect to run the silly donk decks, they run him on top.
I guess.
Do you want better catcher arts for that, Sai?
Yeah.
Want the gold one? Get that out as well.
I mean, isn't the gold one fixed? Oh, better.
Yeah, the high res version.
Yeah.
I
I only took those
remember.
because they were the ones with the fixed text.
Yeah.
Knowing my luck, I probably will need those as well. Oh, no, I actually don't. Okay, never mind.
So
Not for
the
this deck,
thing
anyway.
I wasn't sure on was 2 Max Potion or Max Potion Revive or Max Potion Super Rod.
Yeah, I don't have any of this, I don't think, because I didn't end up feeling like it. Well, no, I guess I didn't. I don't know if I actually even considered it, but at the same time, I was looking at it going, how on earth am I actually going to make use out of this in here, right? Because I get the idea. Yeah, I get the idea, but it's just like, well, I mean, obviously you see how vulnerable these things can be because Catcher just like eats them alive. But also just looking at it going, well, if you're discarding that many energy off of it, I mean, quite often it's going to be like a DCE as well, right? If it's healing a Tornadus, or if it's healing the Zekrom, that's going to be discarding 3 energy, and then you'll need to switch to the bench in order to dynamo the to it. So I felt it might have just been a little bit too clunky, but it might not be as well. That's just one of those, I don't know, sort of positions for it, right? Yeah. Where it could actually be good, but I'm just not sure.
I'm not sure if it's a me problem or format thing. I do feel like I'm sitting with no supporters, no real draw, a lot more than I feel like I should be.
It's weird then, yeah, because clearly you've got a non-zero amount of it in there. Not
You're
the
playing
highest.
more than I am.
Yeah.
It might just be bad luck then.
Maybe a little.
Or probably was that games I had to stage 3 supporters away because, well, I didn't really have to, but it was a good idea at the time. They had to set me up bad.
Sacrifices do need to be made sometimes with these sorts of ones, but what you get out of it in comparison can be more than worth it, right? So it's tough.
Yeah, like I wouldn't take the stages out here. The stages fit perfectly.
Yeah.
The deck needs dig to find its electrodes. And sometimes the Pokemon just aren't enough, especially with the okay Pokemon count, 15. Okay.
I'm sorry, we're too used to playing like 600 Pokemon in a deck, aren't we? So,
Yeah. I'm just going to jump out and let you two play now.
Alright, I'll change the color then. Because it doesn't really bother me, so... We'll just nudge the counters out of the way. I don't think we'll be needing quite that many in this game, but we will see. Let's draw, see what we can do. Sure. Nah, we'll be fine. Alright, what would you like?
Tails.
Surprisingly, no. Okay. We will draw. Righty then. Let's go for Sage, see what we can do here. Oh, there we go. We'll go that I think. So away we've got a Rainbow, Kyurem, and Virizion going away here. So we'll do that. We have Gothitelle, we have Solosis. I'm trying to think if I need to do much else with it. Probably. Let's go Psychic on the Gothitelle, and that will be it for just now. Go ahead. Yep.
More collector.
As much as I would love to take out Dynamo anytime soon, I don't think that's happening just yet, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. Yep. Yep.
Switch. Lightning energy. Eviolite. Pass.
Yep. Okay. We will draw. Let's use him again, I guess. Another Sage. It's an interesting one. Yeah, okay, I think we can do that. So away goes the Psychic, Pecom, and Tropical Beach. Like, I don't know if this hand is going to really allow for a good beach draw here, so... Alright, let's go Rare Candy for the Gothitelle.
Yep, that's item lockup.
Yeah, not until it's active, which it will be because I have DC. So we're going to DC, pay retreat, and now item lock is up.
No problem.
Yeah, we'll Super Rod in here. I've got 3 targets, so seems reasonable. We have a Psychic, we have the Kyurem, we have the Virizion, so they can go back in. I wish I could have kept the beach as well, but the choice was, do I get the Gothitelle DC so I can get it in, or do I get the beach? And I think I needed to get the Gothitelle in this turn, just to make sure nothing else really dumb happens. Go ahead. Because right now I think it's in a reasonable enough spot. Yep.
Outrage.
Yep, so we'll take the 20. I mean, it's not amazing, but it is still... slows things down at least somewhat significantly for now, but obviously Bolt Strike is very possible very soon. Just thinking the way this has got to go. Yeah, I think we've got a punt here. Draw up. Yeah, that's a pretty respectable hand to do it with. Alright. Pokémon, we'll put Kyurem back in. This is first deck search actually, so done nothing but play Sage the entire time so far, so would have loved to have started with a collector, but you know, gotta do what you've gotta do. Right. Our Spongy Boy is in the deck, so that is what's gonna come out here. Just looking at what else is around. Because what have we got? 4 in hand? It's not really gonna. Okay, what have we got then? 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, reasonable enough, I think. So kind of a shame I could have attached, but whatever, it's fine. Yeah, shuffle back in energy, and I was hoping to get another non-rainbow energy out for this stuff, but it's fine. We have Reuniclus, well, Reuniclus, whatever. We're gonna move the damage over because it's not like you can snipe it anyway, and we'll play down Beach and use that as our turn end. So we'll draw 5, and that will be that. Yep.
Bolt strike.
Yep, so I take the 120, you take the 20 in recoil here, and we will draw. Alright, Gothitelle, Kyurem, we will use the, we'll move the damage over to the Kyurem here. What else can we do? Probably not a lot off of that. Yeah, we'll just Ponce again here. Yeah, because I just benched the Gothitelle down, right? Yeah, I did, so... It's Gothitelle Kyurem, so... Yep. Do, 6. Capture the other Zekrom.
Right.
So we need a little bit more time, I think, here. We will play down Gothitelle, and we will Beach for free. And that's your turn.
Beach for 4.
Yep. Yeah, it can be pretty good on the other side too, I know that, but it's all good. We will attach Psychic. It seems a bit weird doing this, but I guess it's fine. We will Junk Arm, discard Pichu, and honestly, Twins is fine here, I think. Because I'm not really in a position where I need that, so... Yeah, we will be grabbing the Pokémon. That will go Duosian back into the deck. So we don't have space for that anymore. That will grab Gothitelle. Gothitelle can go on to this one because this wasn't evolved this turn. This wasn't played this turn. This one was, and then we will Beach and draw 4.
Shouldn't you be drawing for turn first, Si?
Yeah, you probably should be, but it's fine.
Another Zekrom.
Yep.
Well, this hand's mostly useless at the moment.
Okay.
There's a potential attack.
That's a Juniper, not a Ponce.
That's not going to be the same 5 either.
Is it not?
No.
I didn't shuffle.
No, some reason TTS is very
what's
weird
there.
about stuff that way. It's not going to be the same 5.
There's definitely a
That was
peak.
in.
Yeah.
That was
That was
in.
in. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
very
yeah.
often I find when I just dump a bunch of cards onto a pile like that, they do not go in the same order that you put them on. So that's okay if that's.
I think
Yeah,
all the top
that's
ones still hit the top in that case, though, so
Okay.
it worked out.
So it
Sorry.
lucky
That
this
was-
time, but yeah. That's fine. I'm obviously I'm totally okay with it that way. Just looking at it going, this usually isn't how it goes, so I'm just making sure.
Luckily, I'm in on Game
Yeah,
Master,
yeah.
so I can make sure nothing stupid's happening.
Yeah.
I don't think I attached this turn.
You attached active.
Yeah, you attach active.
Okay, that's fine. Well, there's nothing else we can do, so pass.
Yep. Because the 7 is too many for Beach to do a thing, so. Okay. Right. So we will go ahead and attach another psychic here. I'm just thinking the best way around this has got to go. Realistically, it's tempting to catch her here, I'll be honest. Because you've got the one that's the established energy on it. And if I catch that because of the Eviolite that's attached to it, it's not going to go into outrage territory either, because I only do 70 right now. So 110 is not enough to take me out. And that's probably most sensible. I mean, you'll have attaches and stuff, so I guess in that sense it doesn't matter, but getting rid of the one that's got the Eviolite on it is probably for the best, so I'm going to catch it back up. I needed just to buy a turn or two with the thingy here, so and we will pounce again here. Okay, max potion to Kyurem. Go to Gothitelle here. Yeah, because that was last turn, that was fine. And yeah, we'll Makinesis for get it up to 90 damage here. Yeah.
Catch lightning energy, Sage's training.
Yep.
Don't like it, those 3 are useless at the moment.
That's fair. Ooh, electric, nice. Yeah, Eviolite max potion catcher, don't do anything, so.
Do I want... No, it wouldn't sell KO, but it would still do a lot of damage. Yeah, let's force you to get rid of 120.
Yeah, Bolt Strike is the play here, because if I'm going to KO you anyway, so might as well add the extra 10 damage on it, so.
It also forces it to KO instead of anything fancy, because otherwise Outrage does start getting the scary numbers.
Yeah, yeah. We'll attach a Psychic to the Gothitelle, we'll move the damage with the Reuniclus to the Reuniclus, whatever. Reuniclus, I think, is how you're supposed to say it, and I fucking hate that pronunciation, so I'm not saying it that way. We'll move it to the Kyurem, and yeah, Makinesis for the KO here.
New name. Stupid Green Blob.
He's not stupid, he's cuddly. He's a big jelly bean, you can't say he wouldn't. Yep.
Catch lightning.
Yep.
Dynamotor.
Yep.
I do not want to Bolt Strike.
No, if you Bolt Strike, I KO you straight back, right? Because you can't.
Outrage.
Yeah, because you can't play Eviolites anymore, so. Very understandable. I'll play DCE down onto the second Gothitelle here. It's not pretty, but at least it gets to attack if something really weird happens here.
I don't think it is. I don't think I can dismantle this fast enough.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's the case. We'll move the damage across here.
Yeah, no, actually, no,
yeah.
there's no way I dismantle it fast enough.
I have junk arms, so
Block was on too early.
I was gonna get my max potion, so yeah, that was kind of what I was hoping for. Is like if I could get the thing down. My other max potion was prize, so I was like, am I gonna be able to survive this? But that's kind of why I did the catcher play the turn that I did, because I figured the Eviolite one was gonna be much more of a threat than the regular one was, because Magnesis for 90 just kind of deals with that anyway. So that was kind of the long-term goal. Yeah, I was going to junk arm ditch the Collector and the Solosis max potion the Kyurem just for added safety there. Yeah, I think this has got, so long as you don't get just completely decimated on turn 0, I think this does have a relatively decent matchup into Zekrom, like Eel stuff, just because item lock is devastating against that deck. But it's a weird one. I don't know, like, I didn't think this was going to be like reasonable even to play, but it turns out when you don't do Ross's bullshit of playing like an Octillery and a 1/1/1 Superior and all of that dumb crap, you can actually make something that resembles a decent deck out of this.
I just can't deal enough damage to cleanly deal with it.
Yeah, that is kind of the hope. I mean, Rocky Helmet would have probably been the other thing. That's the other tool in format that could have potentially made it more annoying, but I think I could have still worked around that as well. I could have maybe attached DCE to the Goth instead early on and gone for a lower damage hit first and just tried to like, yeah, chip it so that your outrage doesn't kill, but even then it's like Bolt Strike Rocky Helmet is a pain in the ass. So maybe that could have been a thing, but you're still taking a lot of recoil damage at that stage. The main changes I made from what I showed on the Discord earlier is I did end up switching to Virizion instead of Cleffer, thinking if I put a couple of rainbows in that could potentially help against the Kyurem stuff, because, you know, it resists water and Leaf Wallop can actually kind of start building up a little bit. So there is that. Also, it's a draw 2. It's got 110 HP instead of 30. So, you know, that seems a bit more reasonable for putting damage counters over. So, yeah, I thought...
a Kyurem build here would probably do not good things without that.
It's difficult, but it really depends on exactly how many Pokemon I have to put down. If I only have to put down, like, one Goth, the Reuniclus, and, like, one Dragon or something, I think I still win that matchup, mostly, right? Because you don't have enough spread to go around everything to outdo my max potions and 4 junk arms. And I still 2-shot, right, with Mad Kinesis. So I think, given how slow Kyurem's energy buildup tends to be, that, like, Kyurem itself I think I could handle. Cobalion, much less so, and Electrode is obviously a wild card that could potentially make things a lot different, so I don't think this is a good matchup for me just because of how quickly this can build things up, but I don't think the Kyurem is the reason why in this situation. I think the Cobalion is much more dangerous than the Kyurem here.
Yeah, because it's just Iron Breakers and attack locked you.
Yeah, and that's significantly harder to get around. I did not have space to keep switching here, so that does make it annoying. Like, you are only doing 80, and I could probably manip it so that I know I give you items back, but I could manip it so I could outrage you with Reshiram and get the KO that way, right? So, like, I can deal with one, and maybe that's enough? I mean, it's hard to say, right? But, like, maybe it's enough if I just deal with a 1. I have double Super Rod as well, so I can get the Reshiram back in deck to repeat the process if I have to.
It will be a slow process for sure, so you have time for stuff like that.
Yeah, so like I think there's a strategy that I could use. Oh no, I have one switch in here. Never mind. I can switch out if I have to. Yeah, I have ways. It's just obviously it's not pretty, but as you say, I should have time with this build to be able to at least attempt something, right? I don't think this is auto lost territory sort of bit. This little fucker could potentially be a real annoyance though.
Yeah, you have to respect stuff like the Jirachi and...
Yeah, but I think again the goal has got to be that I don't bench too many things down, because Glaciate could be a problem. I'm not exactly playing Eviolite for obvious reasons here, because I'm not attacking.
The play might be actually to surrender prizes on purpose earlier with Jelly Bean.
Yeah, that might actually be it. Is I can shift damage over and just absorb, basically, yeah, as you say, give up some prizes to that. and that wouldn't even be that unreasonable. Again, double Super Rod really does help to recover that. It was Revive that I had in there initially, and then it wasn't just a Durant, because I think Durant's an unfavorable matchup anyway. Go figure, you're a stage 2 guy, it resists Psychic, so it can be really annoying to like KO it quickly enough, and if they just start with a Cutner, like Devour for free, like it's not impossible to start with a Devour for 3 or 4 going first on the first turn of the game. You just can't keep up with that. So yeah, this isn't exactly a great matchup unless you exactly get an attacking Gothitelle going, and then Durant kind of folds, right? That's the idea. It's like, if you can attack with Gothitelle, you win, but that's not very likely. This is fucking terrible into Durant. It never actually does damage to you, so you can't... Like, Reuniclus is really bad into them as well. They never damage you, so this will do like 10 damage if they've got Special Metal plus Eviolite on. So yeah, it's actually... And they've got Lost Removers for the DCE and Crushing Hammer for the basic energy, so you need to be attacking with Goth here. You can't afford not to against them. Yeah, so like it kind of goes against the principle of the deck, that's why it's a good matchup against it, but most other things have been fairly decent with this. Like, Psychic is not exactly something in this exact format that is well hit, right? Chandelure is the one that I couldn't test against because I didn't have it. And it dies to item lock on the other side. Vileplume is a real pain in the ass because, go figure, right? You gotta fit a couple 2 stage 2 lines in. You're not exactly gonna fit like 4-3 whatevers of all of them in, so enemy item lock is pretty bad, which is always ironic when you're playing a deck like that, right? But that's the nature of one-sided item lock, isn't it? Is going, yeah, I can play items and you can't, so my deck is still gonna have all the items in it. Oh, what's that? We're both locked out from items? Well, fuck, what do I do now? You know, right? So...
Tell me it was also really weird.
Mm-hmm.
Have your cake and eat it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the general idea. I mean, somebody had to commit a war crime today. I was expecting the Kevin deck to come out, right? So that obviously didn't. And, you know, like Chandelure Vileplume or something was the other one I was maybe thinking was going to ping out, and obviously that didn't happen. So somebody had to commit a war crime, and well, I worked on this in the end enough till I was confident enough with it. So yeah, yeah, my only issue with this deck has actually been not necessarily having enough energy all the time. Like, sometimes I have not been able to attack just because I can't draw them, right? I've never used Cobalion yet, but that's probably just because it's never actually come up. It's been hard enough to attach energies to these guys, never mind trying to attach ones to this as well. So I don't think it's a bad inclusion, I just haven't been able to use it yet, because I don't think there's enough energy in here yet to actually work with it.
Yeah, I actually need silver basics to avoid leading Rotom so much.
I haven't had that issue, actually. You mulligan maybe slightly more, but like, you have more than a 50% chance of starting with Durant in here, right? So I don't think that's really been an issue. And even then, you've got 2 switch if you need to get out of the Rotom, so I don't think that's been that bad.
Super sure I see there's not that much actual mons. I see 4 collector and what else?
Yeah. I mean,
you rely
given
on twins a lot, I think, and
yeah,
one basic a lot of the time. I can see that not working out.
From my experience, that hasn't been an issue, but I guess that's just because you start Collector roughly in 40% of hands or something, right? Because it's a 4-of, and we have triple Pokegear in here as well. That has actually helped a little bit. I understand the concern, and I would sort of feel that a little as well, but in my own experience with this, it just actually hasn't been that much of an issue. I don't know quite why, but... What's up?
I'm surprised this kind of list doesn't run a Pichu.
I guess it could. Pichu's probably just too slow, though. Given that you can
You want to be devouring turn 1.
You can devour for 4 on turn 1 as well, if they're all in the deck, too. That's the scary bit, so... It's
Yeah, I
it's
just think
weird.
it's also a free retreat opener if you do. So it's also not a very sturdy opener. So if you go second,
No.
that might backfire.
You are correct. It is not. I can understand like the logic of thinking, oh, this would probably be alright in here, and maybe it is, but I don't think it hasn't been necessary in my own like plays of this. But what I have found is that like Zekrom Eels was a fucking awful matchup for this to go against, because Zekrom just kind of kills the Durant no matter what you do, and it's like eventually you're just gonna get to the like 60-80 damage or whatever you need to just outrage kill them instead. That ends up being a miserable matchup. Maybe Cobalion could help there, but again, that means I think you need more energy for that to be a realistic answer.
Yeah, I was thinking, if you're not got enough energy to fuel the Cobalion, there's probably something better than the Cobalion.
I don't think there is in this format, that's the problem. This format doesn't have a lot of Pokemon that are worth playing, really. So... I'm sure there's a really good reason why Cobalion is in here, I just haven't found it because I haven't played enough different decks to bring it in. Maybe Kyurem is the answer why, actually, because Glaciate, even though you've got Eviolites, if you don't have an Eviolite on every Durant, Glaciate can actually just tear them asunder, right? Of course, if you get a special metal plus the Eviolite down, then Glaciate does nothing, but if until that point, and maybe that's what Cobalion is supposed to be here for.
Perhaps.
Like, Energy Press almost kills in one shot at that point, right? Oh no, it's 20 plus 20,
weak.
isn't it?
Yeah, 20 plus 20 and the Kyurem's weak.
Yeah, I was thinking it was 20 times just straight up, but no, it's slightly better than that. Yeah, so it does 80 if it's fully glaciated. That's pretty solid.
80 base times weakness, it's dead.
I have
Even
to
with an Eviolite, it's dead.
I have to think that's the reason why it's here in the first place, because if it's... Yeah, like, Glaciate's the only real spread attacker you'd be expecting to see. Like, I know her Tyranitar, but, like, T-Tar being a stage 2 deck is rather susceptible to Devourer in the first place, right? And, I don't think its spread is really doing enough, considering Eviolite completely nullifies it, right? So it's gonna have to do...
And it doesn't have good numbers on you regardless, unless it goes all the way up to its big attack, which mills itself!
Yeah, I mean, well, Special Dart plus of doing its Power Claw would get
yeah,
through all the stuff, right?
it,
So, like, that can technically work, but...
Or is guarantee through anything?
The problem is you've got hammers and, you know, special hammers to kill that aspect, so...
Intense hammer.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's not until a couple of sets time, but yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, no, it's like, I think the T-Tar thing is perfectly fine. There isn't really another spread deck that does anything in the format, so I think you've really only got to worry about Glaciate, and I'm sure that's why this is here, because I can't really see much of another reason why you would need it.
I think DNA said you can run up to 10 energy if you're running Cobalion, but the problem is where do we get it in?
10 might be like an absolute, like, almost overkill. 9 is probably fine. I have not once used this full heal. I haven't really gotten to use Max Potion either, I'll be honest, but I definitely haven't used the full heal. I think that's a reasonable enough out.
And if you have energy, Switch becomes full heal, so...
True, which definitely does help. Again, we could maybe test it with 9. That's probably not unreasonable. Because, yeah, I mean, 9 should give you enough general outs with the amount of draw here. The draw has also been a little bit weird. I know you're shuffling the opponent's hand back in half the time and stuff, but it's just like, you know, if they're not going down to low hand sizes and stuff anyway, you're kind of bulking their deck back up, and it seems kind of weird. But it hasn't exactly been bad. I've occasionally found myself unable to draw stuff, but that's largely just been getting overwhelmed early on. You know, like I said, Zekrom is a really bad matchup, and I don't think there's any way of fixing that.
The way I see it is, yes, you're putting them back in, but that also gives you a chance to just discard them instead of them ever getting to play them.
Yeah, which is really good if they haven't already established their board, but that's the problem with some of the basic heavy stuff that we have around, is that they don't need a big board established in the end, right? That can be an issue. is like that's why Zekrom is such a pain in the ass. I keep going back to it because it has been like the Zekrom Eel deck was the one deck that just did not lose to this, right? Because as soon as you see a Durant on the board, you're not benching basically anything else, right? If you can help it, you just play. If you've started one of your attackers, you just play that and that's it, right? Because you don't want to have catcher threats on the bench that are gonna cost you energy stuff. You know, you just gotta go with what you have. That
if you have a Tornadus, is that what I think you still put that as Zekrom? Because 80 doesn't kill an ant with Evilite on it.
wait, who's a what now?
The Tornadus. I think it's still swap that out for a Zekrom in the Eels deck.
Oh, wait. I think I've lost the conversation bit here. What's...
Oh yeah, you're saying you would keep any of the attackers in? I was disagreeing with that because Tornadus only hits 80.
Right.
If you put an Eviolite down, it's not enough to KO a Durant.
Yeah. I guess.
So I'd probably consider switching to a Zekrom there, just to put bigger numbers down.
Yeah.
I can see it being kind of situational though.
I mean, 80 is enough to KO a Durant unless they've got Eviolite specifically on, right? And we do have plus powers and junk arms and stuff in here,
Probably
so...
situational. Like, you might keep the Tornadus in while Hurricane fuels Zekrom or something.
Right, that's the other thing you could do with it, is you can just go, well, once you can Hurricane, then is when you might bench the Zekrom and go, now I can move an energy over, and makes it a lot harder, right? Again, some of that can be scuppered by the coin flips on Crushing Hammer, but like you've got to take some chances when it comes to that sort of matchup. Durant is a very silly deck, let's just put it that way.
Yours.
Right, well, I suppose that is enough of that war crime. Let's try this out. Yeah, I don't know. I felt like it was... I wanted to at least see if the Gothitelle could do anything, because I did kind of give it a little bit of shit in the Emerging Powers thing, going, this is probably not good right now, sort of thing. It gets better later, but right now it doesn't seem like it's remotely usable, and maybe I was slightly too hasty on that. I'm not really sure, but it's tough because it... okay, yeah. It's
hard to deal when you don't have damage modification.
Yeah.
130 is not easy to hit.
Ah, shit. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this was what I was kind of thinking was going to end up happening. Alright, we'll play Dual Ball. Okay, that's fine. I mean, I might not end up needing another basic at the moment. Who knows? We'll play Sage. Ooh, that's very scuffed. Alright. That's, and I guess that probably. Or, no, we'll take the other one. Yeah, alright, so kind of a scuffed one. We've got Dual Ball and double Landorus going away. Not exactly what I would have been liking, but you know. Yeah, because unfortunately this bot requires fighting energy specifically, but even then I don't have a thing in the discard, so whatever. We'll bench Virizion, we will play Grass Energy to the Virizion, and that's going to have to do it for now.
Okay.
Yeah, I was hoping to get the Abundant Harvest stuff going off there, but I just didn't get any energy off of that, so...
Lecter?
Yep. Instead, oops, there's all the Pokemon that you were trying to Dual Ball for. Honestly speaking, if that was Collector instead of Dual Ball, I probably still wouldn't have been in that much of a better spot. Oh, the Yanmega one, okay. That's interesting.
And pass.
Okay, we will draw. Oh, now you show up. Fantastic. Engineer's Adjustments. We'll discard a grass and draw 4. Oh, it was so close to being good. I mean, it's still not terrible, but that is a little bit of a shame. Fighting Energy down, Eviolite down, and it's the only reason I haven't moved this yet is because I'm probably just going to have to Abundant Harvest here. Yeah, that seems reasonable enough, so it's any basic energy from the discard to the Lando, so that is what we shall do. Yeah. I was hoping to be able to like remove that Cleffer from existence, but you know, Leaf Wallet would have actually been pretty solid here, to be honest, but can't always get what you want.
N.
Okay. Not unreasonable. I'll let you know I had a couple of catches in that hand, so respectable.
Lampent.
Yep.
Beach.
Yep.
Draw 3.
Okay. We will draw. Right, so now there's a decision to make. We are 35. So that puts it still annoyingly high. I think this has got better odds of giving what I want. We'll play Sage here. Okay. That is a very strange decision indeed. Okay. I think it has to be those two. Yeah. So down goes Terrakion, Junkam, and Catcher. As good as it is, Sage is a pretty brutal card sometimes, huh? That's fine. We will... we'll pay the grass to retreat out. We'll go attach, plus power, and just thinking, yeah, that's probably the right target just to hit. It's 50 on that. Chandelures are probably... although... no, I think it's more dangerous if you get the Doduo up, so we're going to capture the Doduo, and we're going to Leaf Wallet for 50. And next turn I do 80 with it if it doesn't get gusted out. Which it will, but you know. Yeah, I was really hoping just to take that out, but I didn't draw the fighting, so... yep.
Yanmega. Overcom. Litwick.
Yep. Seems I might have been right after all. It's hard to say because Dojo's only got 80 HP, right? So if I'd have let you have that and you didn't gust this thing out as well, I could have maybe killed the Dojo with that. But the fighting resistance means Lando can't do it, so it's... yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, this isn't Collector, so... Okay.
This is the collector. This is the...
Fair enough, yeah.
That's what confused me. I did have this in hand as well. Yamadojo. Twick.
Seems good, yep. I almost wonder if you actually take the Litwick here, given Beach is going to be the end goal, but I'm not the one to say. Who knows? For all I know, you might have another collector, not collector, P-Com or something in that hand, right? So. Can't even necessarily preempt this because it's anywhere in any way that you choose, huh? So okay, yeah, just gonna do the free. Okay. Yeah, it's like this is the thing. Is like I was looking to preempt it, and there's like I can't even do that because if I do, then you can always go the other way.
Let's retreat after doing that.
Yeah.
Clean this up. Switch the Yanmega.
Okay.
Saturate that in.
Sure.
And put the 50 on it.
You cannot. You're not matching my hand size.
Fuck
You are nowhere near matching my hand size.
I completely.
Well, you've gotten rid of my do 80. It's not over. You've gotten rid of my Leaf Wallet doing 80 this turn. So
I can retreat this now anyway, so I can correct.
Yeah. You can retreat again next turn. That's not a problem. You have.
Well, I switched it.
Oh, you play
switch.
Switch. Okay, so... yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I switched this out, so I was gonna do that anyway. So.
Yeah, that's fair enough then.
What do I want to sit on? Do I just want to sit on this?
I'm probably not killing it anytime soon, am I? So...
Actually, yeah, I just want to sit on this beach anyway. Actually,
yeah, that's why I was thinking you were just gonna do that. So,
what the hell am I doing?
Aye, because you don't really want damage on the Shandy that early for it. So, right. Well, I guess we've kind of got to just do things as we see them, huh? We will go ahead and attach grass. We'll play a plus power down. We will capture the Doduo. Bench another Virizion and N. So I only get 5.
Or that Dojo in that hand the entire fucking time.
Yep. I only get 5 off of it, but I think that's fine here. Right, sorry, you wanted to check what was in the discard. I'll sort that for you.
So just checking energy in there, that's all.
Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Yeah, we'll put Eviolite down on the Virizion. We will pay the grass to retreat. And yeah, because of the plus power, we'll Leaf Wallet for 50, take the KO. Just before I do, I bench a second Landorus so I can get the hand size down a bit further. because I think that's the most reasonable bit here.
Look at this.
Yep. Yeah, I've been trying to identify what's the best way of dealing with this deck, and I think the way is just to stop you having 0 retreat on your dudes, so you've got a lot less damage output potentially.
Yeah.
That's my goal anyway. I don't know if it's gonna work, but you know. I have figured that Leaf Wallop is actually not a terrible attack, so you know.
Rescue on the Yanmega, which will probably tell you where this bloody hand's going.
Yeah, ouch. Okay.
And
Okay. Oh yeah, I had some pretty good stuff off it there. I don't know if I should show you because of the Shaman tech, but it doesn't really matter.
Okay. These are the hands that exist.
no, like
They are the hands of all time, that is for sure.
Venture Litwick, re-retreat to Cleffa, eat.
Yep, okay. Makes sense. Okay, so it does stay asleep. That's pretty good given the catcher's binning. Yeah, because I'm down like 3 of them, yeah. Yoicks! Okay, that is a thing that exists after all. Sure. Alright, let's Super Rod here. I have a feeling I know where this turn is gonna go, so we'll get...
Oh shit!
Boop. We will get back, yeah, the 2 grass and the Terrakion here, I think. Terrakion's 90 into Yanmega's might end up being useful. I don't know. I know it's 70 for that thing, but the 90 overall might be useful. Right, we will attach to the Landorus, we will Juniper, and my other 2 are both fighting energy. I literally was end into Juniper, 3 fighting energy. One of the hands of all time for sure.
Hence my comment.
Yeah.
Mine was not much better. It's like,
Junk
I
up.
can't even play 2 of these cards.
We'll pitch Dual Ball and Engineer's Adjustments. Grab ourselves that catcher so I can actually do stuff this turn. Catcher target's probably... Is it just a Chandelure here? Get some damage down on it? I mean, I'm doing 80. That's pretty respectable damage. Because the thing is, right, with 3 catches down, is this my first junk arm that I've used here? Because I'm thinking I don't know if I have enough catches in to just like play around everything. No, this is 2 junk arms, right? Because I had to sage 1 down as well. So theoretical maximum junk arms remaining is 3. In theory, it's possible that I could just catcher around your dudes constantly and just be like, yeah. Fuck it, we'll bring the Yama in, because I don't want to stop as many of those being in play as possible, right? Eviolite down on the Lando? Yeah, it seems reasonable, and we'll Leaf Wallet for the full 80 here, because I have stayed in since the last term, so... Yep. It just seems like the chances of you having to switch was extraordinarily high there, and it's I don't think I can capture this up twice in the game and get away with it, so... Okay, yep.
Junkam, Discard, Beach, Pokécom, full switch.
Yep.
That puts me on 4, I counted this time.
Correct, yep.
So I get to put the 50 down.
Okay, yeah, Sonic Beam for the Hangman. Alright, seems good to me. We will draw... We will Sage. That's pretty spicy. Okay. Getting rid of a Juniper, a Grass, and a Fighting. Do the thing. Super Skip. Pick that up.
Yeah, that's probably game. I'll play it out, but I don't think I can come back from this.
I can understand that. I'm just gonna put the Eviolite down on that one because there's no reason not to. So we'll go out. Yeah, we'll put the Grass down, and now my guys don't take damage because I have Eviolites on. So we'll Gaia Hammer for the bunch. I mean, I guess it isn't over exactly because I do have to keep damage on this thing, which is annoying, but you know, it's... I think I can probably live a turn to get around, you know, thing with it, but it's not technically over because of the damage counters placed previously. It's still unfortunately within kill range.
Have a hand here I didn't expecting.
It's within kill range, but you've got to match my hand size, which is 7 at the moment, so...
Shit, I don't have a wave. Yeah, I'll stop wasting time.
Okay. It just felt... It kind of felt better to go for that than to like...
This was my problem.
Yeah, that was the thing. You were lucky that I didn't just kill the Lampent with the catches on the the third turn or whatever though, because I just didn't draw a fighting energy, and if I drew a fighting, I would have captured the Lampent instead of the Doduo, and Gaia hammered that.
Candy hand all game, so I couldn't get one of this guy for all my junk arms.
Yeah. Didn't necessarily help that I had about 3 energy prize to 2 of them at least were fighting, so that was a little annoying, but you know. This is a really straightforward deck, but I wanted to see how potentially good Landorus was, and you know I wanted to test Virizion because it just seems good. And turns out it's a better attacker than I would have thought as well in a lot of situations,
yeah,
so...
I'm probably playing it super badly, but I do not rate this Shanty at all.
I think there's a ton of potential to it, but I do think it's maybe a little bit trickier to play than it looks. If this was the Valplume version, I think I would have been fucked, because this deck is not supposed to play around that.
All the war crimes.
That's fair. I mean, I had to at least try one because I wanted to build this, and I didn't think this was like...
Keeping up Dojo really hurt.
Yeah. That was my goal.
Getting that back in this list.
That was my game plan. I was like, I need to stop you from having Dodrio on the field, and I didn't trust that I could just Leaf Wallop it for 80, right? Because I know it can KO it, but I need to stay active for that. If you just gust me out on the turn you establish this, then I might be in a lot of trouble, because I can't kill it immediately. It resists fighting, so Gaia Hammer doesn't do it. And yeah, I was thinking, no, I've just got to keep you off of that. That was the goal. So
the Plume variant is probably just the better deck. Just thinking about it.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a really, really simple deck. Obviously, you've got the 4 Lando. I've got like 11 supporters that can discard energy on the first turn. So the idea is to get the fighting in the discard, of which I played 10.
I worry this kind of deck's too slow, honestly.
It's not, well, not really, because, yeah, I understand if you're just manually attaching every time, but that's why, like, I like this guy's attachment, right? The idea is that I have 4 Juniper, 4 Sage, and 3 Engineer's Adjustments that can get a fighting energy in the discard early, and if I can do that with the attach here, I'm getting this guy a hammer turn 2. And that's honestly really scary. Eviolite obviously helps as well because that stops me taking damage on the bench, but it also means these survive a fair bit longer. And yeah, it's just plain and simple, bunch of draw, decent bit of search. I don't play Collector because I want to use my supporter on these instead, and we only have basics anyway, so dual ball makes a lot of sense here. Same reason why ZPST does that. It doesn't play Collector and plays dual ball because you don't have non-basics and you play a lot of draw shit, right? So. And yeah, it's more or less like Catcher can go aggro with it, the plus powers can get a little bit of extra damage needed. If you do kill something, Retaliate is there, right? And the one Shaman was just for energy moving, because I didn't want to play Energy Switch, basically. That's for later on. The one Super Scoop was a final thing instead of like a third switch or a 16th energy, because I looked at it going, well, if I could junk arm for that, maybe that's better. It's better than Max Potion here because I would lose a lot of energy, right? So I thought I'll play the one Super Scoop, see if it hits, then great. If not, well, at least I can reuse it.
Yeah, and, my plan again was hoping just trying to keep you off energy, but yeah. Super Scoop just killed it. It's like, yeah.
Yeah. So, like I say, it's a super straightforward deck, but Eviolite is really, really strong. It helps in this deck to curb the spread as well, and this guy is a bit quicker than he looks. Like, maybe it's a bit excessive going full 4 or whatnot, but I found it was probably better than going that and 3 Terrakion, right? So, you know, not quite sure on the exact energy balance. I ended up playing 4 grass in my initial testing, and then I went up to 5 because I found I was attacking with Virizion a little bit more. I almost called it Leafeon. I don't know why. I guess Leaf Wallop is a thing, but I was looking at it going, well, let's just see, right? Because I can build up to the extra like attack, and it's just you attach any basic energy, so it's fine. You just need a fighting for Abundant Harvest. So maybe the balance is like one off in the wrong direction, but yeah, I don't have like energy search in here. Maybe I should, to be honest. Hey, Control, what's that? How you doing? Wazdi, except with the S and the A the other way around. Yeah, no, I was just trying out these two, more or less. I knew Terrakion was obviously really good, and I was pretty sure Virizion was good, but it was just worth trying it anyway. And Virizion does kind of deal with the water weakness of the Landorus, right? So it is at least a little bit more reasonable there. So yeah, just something to test, and it's simple and kind of effective, and that was all I could really ask for. This is Tabletop Simulator that we're playing the Pokemon TCG on here, so it's pretty neat. You can we have the mod maintained by Pepper here to have basically any card that we want, and yeah, there's a whole mod for it, and there's cards from all walks of life, Gen 1, 2, all the promo stuff as well, 3, etc. You go all the way up to the most recent released set. Scarlet and Violet hasn't come out yet, so that's why we're not there yet.
Not the API yet, so
yeah, yeah. So we have everything up to Crown Zenith in here at the moment. And it's super cool. You can
simulator as well built in.
Yep, you can open packs up as well and do the do stuff with that. We were initially doing draft, and then it ended up getting a little bit too irritating in Gen 3, I guess. So we ended up going otherwise. Nice Ultra Ball. We're almost there.
You can also import if you have the Gen 9 cards, you can import them if you have scans.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a way to do that in Tabletop. Yeah.
We are almost there with this card. 2 sets away. Next set is, as much as the EXs are going to ruin everything, next set does have Level Ball and Heavy Ball in it. So we've got more varied ball search for certain cards as well. So that's going to be pretty good. Level Ball's really good for the low HP stuff, 90 or less. It's just a 1-card search. Doesn't have to be basics, so Eelektrik is searchable with that. And Heavy Ball is anything with a retreat of 3 or higher. So Terrakion is the most obvious first example, but there are quite a few other Pokemon with hefty retreat costs that you can get as well. Magnezone, potentially, if you wanted to go back to that. Emboar is a 4 retreat. He's a fat pig, so, you know. Even, oh, what's his face? Pignite is a 3 energy retreat, so Heavy Ball can search that too. So, yeah. I have tried live, it's horrendous. I am not touching that at all. Unironically, this is a better way to play the game, I think. I hate...
put scripts on the boards to help.
I hate
like switching out.
Yeah, there are shortcuts and stuff available here as well to help out. We do have like switchboards. We've got the option for bench size of 8. We've got a full reset thing here now as well. Cut the top, bottom of the deck a lot easier because a lot of cards need you to look at the top X or whatever of the deck. Set up the prizes and stuff as well, and then there's like discard for both energy and. Yes, also that. Oops, all your prize cards are visually radiant Greninjas. Yes, I have heard of that. Just, oh my god. I just can't. Yeah, the energy wells are so good.
Can go into wells.
Yeah.
1 on discard.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know how they're gonna ever fix up live to be a respectable way of playing the game. But again, maybe that's just me, but it's not even that. Like, TCGO has got its critics and everything for it, but at least it's functional, you know?
Mostly.
Yeah, mostly, but I just...
Are there certain cards still banned for causing issues?
I don't know anymore. There have obviously been in the past, and there will continue to be on live in the future as well, I'm sure. But right now they would have to ban the entire card pool, right? So I don't think they can do that. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too harsh on it. I haven't actually touched it in months, but I also have no inclination to do so right now. So, yeah.
Due to failure to function, TCG Live has been banned.
Yes. Anyway, pretty solid setup with the stuff today. Since you bought the Zekrom Eels, I didn't end up playing that because that was what I would have played instead of the one at the top here. I'll have to think a little bit about what I want to play on Saturday then, because those were like the 3 decks that I had, was the Lando Virizion thing, Zekrom Eels, and the Gothitelle thing. So I'll have a think about it. I've got the Yanmega corners thing seem kind of cool, so maybe I'll do that.
That's what I figured you'd be bringing, those Yanmega corners.
Yeah, I mean, I've looked at it. I haven't really done any tweaking or anything with it yet. I got too invested in trying to be like, okay, Ross, your deck is dumb, but the core idea is okay. Let's make it work, right? So I got too invested in that, and then it was just, oh yeah, this is actually all right. Let's bring that, I guess. And yeah, so I don't know. We'll have to see. See what I can come up with. I guess I mean, there's still more war crimes in this format we haven't seen yet as well. That's the scary part.
I'll grab out my war crimes. Just give me a second.
Veni Vidi Vici is still got to be shown as well, you know. Not necessarily has to be, but...
Junior lock, what's the mean with that?
I mean, I very nearly considered it, and I was like, no, this loses to everything. What are they do with that, right?
You have the hungry ants.
Yeah, so like this is gonna be intense. Let's just put it that way. It's a very silly deck. And like, I know we don't tend to show that many quote-unquote repeat decks off, but it should be worth noting that plenty of the decks we've seen before are still really good here, right? Reshiflosion is still perfectly playable and pretty good. Magnabor is most likely still good too. I mean, Magnezone is insane, right? So
yeah, that gets better. Next step with the heavy ball.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta watch out for the Mewtwo in the room.
Well, see, here's what you do there, is you play the Magnezone Eels variant, so you can actually play the Mewtwo as well, right? Yeah. That's what you do then, because that's another one, like, Magnezone could just be played with Eelektrik in this format too. That was another one I nearly considered. But I have played a lot of Magnezone. I don't want you guys to get like too sick of it as a main attacker.
I
And,
have
you know,
opinions on the fact that this is a good format without EXs, and now they're just going to fucking ruin it.
It's yeah.
Like this is interesting stuff going on here without multi-prize Pokemon stuffing everything up.
Yeah, and I mean, if it wasn't for exactly Mewtwo, I think it could have been more palatable. I will say most of the blame, at least in the first set, falls squarely on Mewtwo being absolutely ridiculous. And almost entirely because it's weak to itself, which is stupid, but it's more than that though, because you see how many of the attackers here are like free energies to do their thing, right? And then Mewtwo's just like, you get this free energy and it's like, haha, DCE 100, right? On something that you are never getting a one-hit kill on without weakness. That's what really...
There's all these big basics, and all of them are really good with energy supply, but none of them are purple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the only big hitter that beats Mewtwo is Mewtwo.
Yep. Yeah, because, like, Zekrom EX is also potentially there. Like, Zekrom and Reshiram can nearly get it, but just not quite, right? They do 150, so it's not quite there, and... I think Zekrom EX is the one I would say is the best one to go against it, because you discard 2 of your energy, so you don't get hit quite as hard back. But, that is of course countering EXs with EXs. But that's kind of the way it goes a lot of the time. Like, I don't necessarily hate that aspect of it. But it's just Mewtwo itself is so massively overtuned in comparison that it just feels really, really bad. You really do wonder what it would be like if it, at the very least, wasn't weak to itself, right? Like if it was...
Or
because
if the attack cost a PC or something.
Yeah. These are things that they quote-unquote fixed in future versions of the guide. This attack comes back a lot of times, and yeah, technically it's not even the first time that we've seen it. It's just like it's the most oppressive version that we have seen so far, right? The original God of War had this attack as one example. Just much smaller, I shall say. And it's just, I don't know. Like you say though, Sai, it's a shame in a way that there's a lot of interesting interaction and stuff that goes on in this format, and quite a lot of it is going to be rendered kind of moot in its own way. But that's not to say everything goes to hell. There are still, in the end, like, even if you run like a Zekrom or something into it, you are trading 1 prizes for a 2 prize guy, right? So, like, it's not all completely horrific, but Mewtwo is definitely going to change everything for probably the worse. But hey, I don't know.
It's just frustrating because this format's good.
Yeah. There's a couple of very different ways of doing war crimes in this set, which is at least interesting, right? I don't know how fun, quote unquote, it will be to play against the VVV deck, but like that is a possibility. It doesn't always set up, mind you, so you can disrupt it and everything with that. And then you've got everything from, this kooky Electrode spam energy down sort of thing, which is not completely unviable. Very risky, but, it's still good. To energy acceleration, both from discard and from hand, depending which sort of way you want to go. And plenty of viable things to hit with that. And, you can still do some funky stuff with, like, Chandelure as well. I do think this card is good. I just think it was maybe I was just a little bit too like on top of dealing with it. There was probably the hard part, or maybe it just needs to be with Vileplume. I don't fucking know.
Maybe it's just the wrong build.
Yeah, and then you've got other plenty of simple stuff here as well that can be good. Like it's not just Zekrom, Reshiram, and now Kyurem, right? There are plenty of other basic hitters that we can have, but also the evolution stuff can still do its thing for the time being. It's a lot harder, but you can still do it, as we showed today. So yeah, it's a neat format, and I can see why DNA likes this one so much. But yeah, I don't know. I guess we do kind of have one more session to spend on this, though, don't we? rather than just diving straight into the one that ruins it all.
Yeah, I don't think we want to skip that.
No, because I mean, I've been told that Durant is still reasonable in the next format, and I guess I could see why. It does resist Mewtwo at the very least, so it can be kind of hard for it. Same reason as Gothitelle, right? It can be kind of hard for it to get a one-shot against it, so I can kind of see why. But, yeah, this is not the only deck that we'd want to show, right? And I think it's reasonable enough to go, okay, let's spend an extra session in this before we lose our one prizes as the exclusive thing forever. Yes, I know legends exist, but they're all bad. Shut up. Ah, dear. Yeah, I don't know.
But you can play. No, you can't play Prism Energy on Lugia.
No, you cannot.
We had this argument.
We had this argument, yes.
Yeah, I saw a dud list. I saw the Prism Energy there. I saw 4 rainbows to fuel Lugia. How else is this working?
Yeah.
No, that it's not.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. This was a very Wild West time, though. I've been reading some of the tourney reports and stuff, like the cities reports, and yeah, you see the Reshiflosions are pretty common, Zekiels is fairly common in this bit, but I've seen some really kooky list stuff coming up around here as well. One not too dissimilar to what you played here today, Tever, has shown up. I'm sure I've seen like the Chandelure thingy as well coming up. That was not too unexpected, I guess, but one Gothitelle I think I've seen as a short thing didn't do very well because it got overrun by setup, but whatever. Couple of Durants, and oh, what was the other one? It's like Cinchino Zoroark was the other crazy one that I saw. I was like, you wouldn't think that was still fireable, to be honest, but I guess Zoroark is still a good card, so...
They're pretty good attacks to yoink right now.
Yeah, so... I mean, even just looking at some of the stuff that we have in our decks here, like, I don't think Chandelure's attack is that bad to yoink on it, because it wouldn't shut off the power, but it would annoy it a lot if you don't just immediately have the switch, right? And you never know, Burn could still be a thing. Gaia Hammer's not terrible. Retaliate's probably pretty okay to take, although you just Land Crush, really, but Retaliate for style. Zekrom is still amazing, right? And Hurricane is one that's easy enough to take.
Hurricane can take. Oh no, it's basic energy.
Yeah. If you've just got a DC, then it's not going to move it. But
if I could have moved my DCEs to Zekroms, I probably would have.
Yeah. Glaciate's not even that bad of an attack to copy, to be honest, to get a little bit of spread on the enemy side as well. Ironbreaker.
Think about glaciating right back.
Yeah. Ironbreaker without having to attach 2 metal energy seems pretty good, right? Mad Kinesis not so much. This one's terrible, but it's fine. You can't have everything.
Unfortunately, it's your Durant, so you can't reverse Devar.
Unfortunately, yeah, like...
If this said all Durant,
that would be so funny, but yeah.
the mirror match would be insane.
The Zora would be funny.
But
what are they doing against Zora?
Yeah. No, it's just it's neat. Like I've seen, and you've obviously seen some of the absolutely ridiculous things that are on the PTCG Legends site from the next set and whatnot. Just like, what the actual hell are these decks? I think most of them were just these players did not have free Mewtwo EX yet. That's probably the long and short of it.
I imagine this was a very expensive card.
Yeah, just a little bit. So, but yeah, there is still stuff to explore in this format. Even if the number of viable Pokemon is smaller than we're used to, there's a lot to look at, and there's a lot of ways you can just combine them too. Like, even just looking back at the stuff up here, it's just, Landorus Virizion is just, that's one way you could play it, right? But the Virizion could be played elsewhere, and like, as we've seen the corners type stuff, you can play it with Yanmega and just play that sort of bit. These guys can fit into different decks than what I've just shown here, so there's a lot that you can do. I could have put Cobalion in here as well, I was tempted to, because Kyurem is a bit of a pain in the ass, I'll admit. So yeah, like I could have gone down that sort of route instead, and that would have also been very different. So lots to love. So yeah, we're gonna spend one more part here though, and see what we can do. But for now, that's gonna do it for this bit. So let's put the marker down. Thank you all for watching on